It's Lion right here on your Classic Metal Show, featuring Doug Aldrich on lead guitar with The Power Love. And they were did the soundtrack for the movie Transformers. Remember that, Chris?
No.
No.
No, I don't remember.
You got a messenger thing going on?
No, I was turning my speaker volume down. We're good.
All right. Well, anyway, while I was in NAMM, Bob introduced me to bassist Jerry Best.
Okay.
That's not a household name, but he played in Lion, played with Doug Aldrich, played with Courtney Love.
Any relation to Pete?
No Pete Best.
No? Could be.
Real nice guy, though, real friendly.
Okay.
And we hung out with him a couple of nights at the hotel.
That's fun.
Lots of stories.
I'm sure.
Guy's got a lot of stories. Basically working with Courtney Love. He was in her band Hole.
Right. Okay.
He played with her.
Right.
And then he was telling us stories about. Do you remember it was a really bad Charlie Sheen movie. It was called The Wraith.
Heard of it, never saw it.
All right, it wasn't a very good movie.
Okay.
But he was telling stories about doing the soundtrack for The Wraith.
Okay.
And he said hanging out with Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
And he said that Charlie was just, everything that you see Charlie in the public, said he's really like that.
That's him, huh?
Yeah, just off the hook.
Right.
And he said he was talking to Charlie, and Charlie's like, "Who are you again?" Like, "Well, we're doing the soundtrack for The Wraith." "Oh, yeah. Shitty movie."
Nice.
Yeah. So, Jerry had a lot of good stories to tell. A lot of real good guy, real friendly.
That's cool.
Nice guy. Enjoyed, meeting him and talking to him and whatnot. So, anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. Made me think of it.
Sure. Well, it sounds like you had fun at NAMM.
I did. I had a great time at NAMM.
Yeah.
I'll definitely, consider going next year. At least I know what to expect now.
Look at you, Mr. Hobnobber.
No, not necessarily. It was just I'd never gone before.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, being connected with Bob.
Sure.
I mean, that was the only reason to go.
Yeah.
Because I definitely would not just go by myself.
Right.
Unless I knew somebody who already had the ins.
Right.
And whatnot, because you'll get lost in there.
Sure.
It's so massive. It's just ridiculously huge.
Yeah. See, I want to go and hang out with Bob and Toby.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go and do like NAMM or anything. I'd like to just go and hang out with Bob and Toby.
Well, you could probably do that.
That's what I'm going to reach out to those guys maybe this summer, because I was supposed to have this Vegas thing and that got pushed. So now I have an opening in May-June time frame.
Sure. Well,
I think I want to go and hang.
Well, as long as Bob isn't, in Northern California shooting the thrash scene documentary.
Well, see, I would go out there. I mean, he said I could be in it. I would go out there.
Yeah,
and do
I know, but Toby lives down in the Bay Area. Down in the South Bay.
Right, down in San Diego or wherever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Something to think about.
Sure.
But I tell you what, something you and I, well, since you do have some time, Bob did mention to me that the next installment of the Inside Metal, that they were talking about having a movie theater debut, possibly in April.
Oh, like in 2 months?
Yeah, in a couple of months.
That might be workable.
So, if I work it and if Bob, knows when this is happening, I'm going to seriously consider going. Yeah.
Sounds fun to me. I would go. It really just depends on schedule for me, but
right.
If I can work, if I can fly out of, I'd have to fly out of Pittsburgh, I would think. Don't you think?
Why?
Because to get there, otherwise I'm driving to Cleveland and then flying to LA on a Friday.
Yeah, well, is Pittsburgh a bigger airport than Cleveland?
About the same.
Yeah,
same as Hopkins. It's a little bit bigger than that Akron airport.
Mm-hmm. So well, I don't think you'd get a direct flight to L.A. from Akron.
No, probably not. But I think you do out of Pittsburgh. It's an international airport.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's Pittsburgh International Airport, right. So I would think you could get a direct flight.
I can get the flight out of Chicago and from L.A. back to Chicago to O'Hare.
Yeah.
That was the shortest flight to L.A. and back that I ever had. It was usually it's like 4 hours and 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This time, both ways, 3 hours and 35 minutes.
Wow, that's not bad.
That was fast.
That's one movie on the iPad and you're out.
That's it. Half the Classic Metal Show, if you were listening to it, you know?
See, that's perfect.
The flight to L.A. is shorter than me driving to Akron.
Oh, so that's not bad at all.
It's just funny to think that way. It's just like I could fly to L.A. in less time than it takes me to drive from here to your house.
Right. That's crazy. That's nuts.
So, anyway, I got a good story for you that I think that you'll relate.
Okay.
This because it kind of relates to your attitude.
All right.
A metro worker, after a teen suicide, jumped in front of a metro train.
Okay.
Was overheard saying, "I hope the motherfucker suffered."
Okay, and that's bad?
I didn't say it was bad. I said you can relate.
I can. Especially, does that guy have to go down there now and clean it up?
Yes, and it delayed everything, and it snarled up traffic and everything else.
Yeah, then of course he hopes he suffered, because
Sure.
He's got to go down there and suffer, cleaning up fucking brains and shit off the track.
A high school boy jumped to his death in front of a Metro North train in the Bronx on Monday.
Okay.
But a cruel MTA worker seemed to care only about the troubled teen making his train late.
Yeah. Why do people think that we have to care about... Dude, forget you, because you don't care about anybody. But let's say your dad. Okay, your dad lived in the neighborhood or off in the woods somewhere by himself.
Okay.
Where does your dad live?
He lives in Akron.
In a neighborhood?
Yes, in a neighborhood.
Okay. On a street in a neighborhood that has like 10 or 15 houses?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 5 houses up.
Yes.
Either direction.
Yes.
That guy just died right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would your dad give a flying fuck?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Should he give a flying fuck?
No, not unless they were like close buds or something.
Yeah, that's the point. This kid that jumped off, who cares? His parents care. His friends care.
Sure.
Guy that's waiting on a train, all he cares about is now I'm fucking late.
Yeah.
It's a puddle of kid on the fucking tracks.
Right.
Doesn't care and shouldn't care. Why should he care that some kid was, the herd needs to be thinned. We all know this.
I said that last week about the kids drinking gasoline.
Yeah, drink more.
I said I don't. The only reaction I have to a story like that is we need to thin the herd somehow.
Exactly. The only reaction I have is it's cheaper now than ever to kill yourself with drinking gasoline.
Right.
Go back and do it.
Yeah, it's $1.29.
Yeah, so you could do it for cheaper than you did before.
Sure.
Yeah, people with their fucking hypersensitivity and everybody should care about everything. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't need to care about everything or everybody. Fuck.
Yep. Some guy got killed. I hope the motherfucker suffered, the employee declared over the hot mic in a pronouncement clearly audible to passengers on the train stuck at the Grand Central Terminal during the suicide.
Oops.
Yeah, it was a live mic. Some commuters were so...
outraged!
Well, they were...
shocked!
They were shocked at hearing the callous comments.
Why?
They sent out...
Facebook?
Well, that...
What?
Well, what's the most common sending out?
Condolences?
No.
Thoughts and prayers?
No, tweets.
Oh, tweets, okay.
Everybody's tweeting.
Oh, yeah.
They sent out tweets and texts expressing their dismay.
Brother.
They sent them out.
Dude, let's pull back from this story just for a second and go to the bigger picture. Can you imagine living a life, wife, kids, wife and 2 kids guy, okay?
So this is one of the reasons I picked this out, aside from the cruelty of this guy.
Oh yeah, cruel.
It's the amazing reaction that people have these days, that immediately they start texting and tweeting.
Right.
Who are they texting and tweeting to, and what is the end result?
Well, texting would be their girlfriends, if they're girls, and if they're guys and they're doing it, they're still girls, so they're girlfriends.
Yes.
And tweeting, anybody that will listen and react with, "You're right, man. That's terrible."
Right. I am just horrified. Horrified and offended and shocked that he would say it.
Yes, and outraged.
You know how sometimes conductors talk to each other, but it's transmitted to the entire train? One man wrote to his daughter in a text.
Yes.
I hear the mic key up, followed by a train-wide broadcast in the most Bronx accent saying, "Yeah, I think some guy got killed. I hope he suffered like a motherfucker." Twitter user Merlum, M-I-R-L-A, or no, it's Merriam. It's not Merlum. Merriam Ward recalled hearing, "I hope the motherfucker suffered," which goes to show you that even though the people were all in the same place and hearing the same broadcast, they don't even really know what was said. All they heard was the word motherfucker.
Yeah, they got that word down.
Yes. So one guy says he thought he heard, "I hope he suffered like a motherfucker." And then the next person says, "I hope the motherfucker suffered."
Right.
And responded by putting up hashtag speechless.
Oh, brother.
Hashtag speechless.
That's hashtag faggotry.
Speechless, really?
Speechless. Shut up.
Speechless. I'm just speechless.
Do you really think that these fucking people don't say cruel things in their real life? That's the one I always wonder. This guy that's texting his daughter and saying hashtag speechless, do you not think that when he's among his boys, locker room talking or whatever, he's like, "Man, I would fuck the tar out of that chick over there."
Right.
She would be a good piece of ass to just plow.
Right.
You think he's never said that?
Sure.
What do you think people would say if he happened to make a mistake and said that over an open mic? Hashtag speechless?
Right.
Fucking douchebaggery, man.
I know.
Fucking homos.
This is why I am not a fan of the social media for the average person.
Right.
You don't need it.
Why is he putting a hashtag in a text?
No, this was by Merriam Ward.
Oh, well.
She was tweeting.
And what's her story? None?
Probably.
Is she a nun? Because otherwise, why would she give a shit?
The unidentified worker's ire was raised when the teen, who was a student of Fordham Prep School, leaped in front of the train at 3 p.m. near the Botanical Garden Station, just north of the intersection of Dr. Theodore Kazimiroff Boulevard.
All right.
And Bedford Park Boulevard. He was killed instantly.
Right.
The incident caused massive delays throughout the afternoon and the evening. MTA officials said they are investigating. Such language and sentiment has no place on Metro North Railroad, said spokeswoman Meredith Daniels.
Jerk, 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 squirt.
We are aware of the allegations and we are looking into them.
All right, now, realistically versus what's going to happen, what penalty should he get versus the obvious he's fired? Should he be fired?
No.
Should be suspended, though.
Maybe, or be just written up.
Yeah, well, he did do it in front of the customers.
Well, perhaps, but the thing is depends on what his current record is.
I would think I would think blurting out "motherfucker" in front of 500 customers.
No, well, he didn't do it. Well, see, here's the thing. It was accidental hot mic.
Sure.
He didn't just announce it. Hey, some motherfucker jumped in front of the train. I mean, it wasn't like some blatant announcement.
Right.
He was in the conductor's cabin.
Right.
Where they make the announcements.
Yeah, he fucked up.
But the mic was hot. But it's now if he did a blatant announcement, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Some guy jumped in front of the train. I hope the motherfucker suffered. We're just going to be on delay right now, so sit tight, folks. I could see that as being a penalty.
Yeah.
But he was more or less talking between himself and the train conductor or maybe the engineer, I don't know.
Right.
And the mic just happened to be hot and it got picked up.
Yeah. He's got to get a suspension. Just for now that this is a public story, he's got to be he's going to be fired. He's fired. Or does the story say he was fired or not yet?
No, they just said they're looking into it.
Yeah, he's fired. There's no way he's not getting fired now.
Right.
It's a fucking news story now.
Sure.
Which is sad all by itself. But.
Well, again, if it was a blatant, action on his part.
Right.
I could see that maybe.
Nathan from Kentucky. Come on, there's no place for rudeness on the New York City subway.
Yeah.
That is true.
The student was the second from Fordham to be hit and killed by a train in a month.
Wow.
So maybe they ought to start investigating that school. Why are these kids jumping to their deaths?
Yeah, no kidding.
What's happening here?
Yeah, I'm shocked and outraged at Fordham.
Yeah. The other was hit by a Hudson Line train in the Philippines Manor Station in Sleepy Hollow on January 18th.
Okay.
So kids are jumping in front of trains.
Well, that's one way to end it, isn't it?
I guess.
That's got to hurt, though, doesn't
it? If it happens quick, are you really going to feel it?
I'd be afraid of it not happening quick, though, and just like my arms and shit being yanked off and just fucking still living through it somehow.
Sure.
That would be my biggest fear is the train rolls away and my arms and legs are all fucking chopped off.
Right.
I'm just laying there bleeding, can't move. Face down in a greasy fucking pit.
Yeah, you could start singing one.
Darkness imprisoning me.
I cannot see. I cannot feel. I can.
Speaking of that, I'm hearing Metallica's taking the stage right now.
Yeah, pre-Super Bowl party.
Yeehaw.